From NBC News, this is Today with Savannah Guthrie and Hoda Kotb, live from Studio 1A in Rockefeller Plaza.
Still ahead, we have been seeing those long lines for antibody tests that determine whether or not you've had exposure to the virus. The results, some think, could be crucial to reopening the economy, but how reliable are these tests? We're going to talk about that. We're back with more of our NBC News-wide series on the search for solutions during this coronavirus pandemic. And this morning, an inside look at antibody testing, which some think could play a key role in reopening the country. NBC's investigative and consumer correspondent Vicki Nguyen joins us with the latest on that. Hey, Vicki, good morning.
Good morning, Savannah. These tests are becoming more accessible to millions of consumers. They're online, at the doctor's office, and now even at some urgent care clinics. In fact, there are now more than 100 of these antibody tests on the market. But should you take one? We sent 3 producers who were presumed to have recovered from COVID-19 to show you how it works and what you need to know.
About to take the antibody testing.
3 NBC News producers who all had COVID-19 symptoms during the last 2 months agreed to take a serum antibody test, joining dozens of people at Cure Urgent Care in New York City.
There's a huge line outside, but I'm inside, and let's see what happens.
None of the 3 was tested for coronavirus when they were sick, but all had symptoms, including fever, cough, body aches, and fatigue.
I have no idea what it's going to say. If it's positive, it could mean I had the coronavirus back in March.
Michelle, David, and Lauren each took the test one at a time.
I'm going to draw your blood. We're going to have them back in about 2 days.
Rolling up their sleeves for a simple blood draw that took just a few minutes.
We're seeing so many people that had no access to tests.
That sample spun in this machine to separate the plasma where the antibodies live. They took the test Friday, and by Monday, the results. 2 of the 3 tested positive for IgG, the antibody that indicates they were infected with COVID-19.
What do these positive test results mean?
It means that you've made an immune response, that you have antibodies. So it gives us an idea that the person had an infection.
There are now more than 150 antibody tests on the market. Only 8 have been vetted by the FDA and have official authorization. The test our producers took is currently under FDA review. Most tests are given at a doctor's office or an urgent care clinic. But on Monday, Quest Diagnostics announced they're now offering a test directly to consumers without ever having to see a physician. Each request is reviewed by a doctor working with the lab who makes sure the patient doesn't have a current infection.
This is going to be a crucial step in terms of moving forward. Everybody and anybody who can get a test should be getting it.
But as testing ramps up, experts agree there's no solid evidence that having antibodies makes you immune to the virus. University of Rochester scientist Dave Topham just launched a study on COVID-19 and immunity.
There's still a lot of questions about even in people that have antibodies, whether or not they're truly protected, whether they can get reinfected.
Just because you test positive for antibodies from this virus, it's not a get-out-of-jail-free card.
Exactly.
And an NBC News exclusive report reveals Congress is now sounding the alarm after data from California researchers showed 1 in 3 antibody tests produced false positives more than 10% of the time.
It's going to take time to have a reliable test out there because the alternative, sending out people with false positives, could actually result in significant increase in the spread of the virus.
Topham says before taking any test, do some simple research online. Check to see if the maker of the test is reputable and established, and look for the company's experience making other types of FDA-approved medical tests.
How's that?
Not bad at all.
Back at Cure Urgent Care, Dr. Deutsch says they've tested nearly 250 people a day since they started offering the test 2 weeks ago. Their test, made by a company called Diazyme, claims to be 97% accurate.
We're part of what I think is an important step in the progress of treating this illness and understanding it. So if we can collect as much information, I think that that's the ultimate goal.
Scientists also told us these serum tests appear to be more accurate than the rapid finger prick tests. They range in price from $50 to $250, and some are covered by insurance. The best time to get this test is 4 weeks after the onset of symptoms, so your body has enough time to develop those antibodies. Savannah?
All right, Vicki, thank you.